Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. As Jeff and his brother were getting unpacked, a neighbor came to the door. The neighbor, Barbara, had a son around Jeff's age. They were both introduced and then went their separate ways, but not before Barbara invited Jeff and his brother to her son's birthday party. That night, as Jeff laid in bed, something was bugging him. Something deep down inside him had started to stir. He tried to ignore it, and went back to sleep. The next morning, as Jeff was eating his breakfast before school, he felt that same feeling that he had felt last night. After breakfast, Jeff and his brother waited for the bus outside. As they were waiting, a kid, around a year older than Jeff, went skateboarding past, running over Jeff's foot. "Hey!" Jeff yelled. The kid stopped and turned. The kid towered over Jeff, spitting in his face. As Jeff was wiping off the spit, he could hear the kid laughing as he skated away. Just then, Jeff felt a sharp pain in his head. He turned and saw a kid holding a brick in his hand, laughing. It had to be the other guy's friend. Jeff shoved the kid and down they went, rolling along the sidewalk, fists flying. Jeff found a broken piece off glass next to him and grabbed it. Without a thought, Jeff stabbed the kid in his arm. The kid let out a painful scream, pushed Jeff off him and ran away. After Jeff got up, brushed himself off, he looked down at the bloody price of glass and smiled. Soon after, the bus arrived, and Jeff huddled the glass in his book bag. After school, Jeff decided to walk home. His brother took the bus. As Jeff was crossing the street, he heard a familiar noise. Skateboard wheels against the pavement. He turned in time to see the kid that spit in his face zooming by, almost running him over. As the kid sped past, Jeff noticed that he was holding a bright red canister in his hand. A gas canister. As the kid spun around and started heading back towards Jeff, Jeff ran. He ran as fast as he could, trying to get home. But he could hear the skateboard gaining. He suddenly remembered the glass in his backpack. Jeff figured that he had enough time to grab it, so he knelt down and started looking for it. But he had misjudged the distance right when Jeff felt the price of glass. He felt the cold gasoline on his skin. He had lost. He dropped the bag and ran faster than before, knowing what was coming next. But he wasn't fast enough. A painful burning sensation. The smell of skin melting off had become Jeff's new world. The last thing he remembered was the skateboard kid, laughing as he skated away. When Jeff woke up, he was in a hospital bed, surrounded by his mom, dad, and brother. The doctor explained, but he was patient. Eventually, the day to go home came, and Jeff was the most excited. Once he got home, he went upstairs to the bathroom and locked the door. He turned on the lights and saw his face for the first time. Stayed in the bathroom so long, looking at himself, that he had begun to get sleepy, which annoyed him. He needed to look at his face more. He found a knife from the kitchen and went back to the bathroom and cut out his eyelids. He laughed as he did this. A joyful, psychotic laugh. To Jeff, he was beautiful. To the world, he was a monster. But he didn't care. Face once again, cutting a huge smile in his face. Now everyone could see how beautiful he was. His mother had knocked on the door, opening it a crack. Jeff turned to her. "Aren't I so beautiful, Mommy?" Jeff said in an eerie tone. There was one last person to take care of, his brother. Jeff slowly crept to his brother's room and opened the door. There his brother lay, sound asleep, feeling safe. Jeff knocked on the door, waking his brother up. "Jeff, what's going on?" "Oh, nothing. Just want